Hi everyone, welcome to another video on my channel. My name is Klaus, I hope you're doing fine. Today I'm gonna show you how to get those vocals to sound just right. So without any further ado, let's get it. So before we go into FL Studio and I'll show you exactly how to do it, there are a few things that we have to talk about. Now, I know this part is boring, but it's very important. So I made a few notes on my phone and I'm gonna keep looking at it, so excuse me for that. First thing that I wanna talk about is the equipment. You really need good equipment if you wanna have good vocals. So basically, what that means microphone. That is number one priority for you. So if you want your vocals to sound right, you need a good microphone. Now I know not everyone can spend like 600-700 quid for a good microphone, but you still have to look for the best option for yourself. Another thing that you need is an audio interface. Now I'm using as a mic an AT4040, and as for the audio interface, I'm using the Scarlett 2i2. Now, for the microphone, I know it's like 500 quid in some places, but I managed to get this actually on Facebook, very cheap, like 90 quid from someone that wasn't using it anymore, and as you can tell, it sounds really good still. Another thing that you need now is to have your room acoustic treated. Now, I don't have my one, as I don't do so many recordings, and I only record for fun or for tutorials. So what I have here, the furniture that I have around and everything is perfect enough for me to cancel a bit of the reverb that I have in the room. So the sound quality is pretty decent in this room, I'd say. Now that we have that out of the way, another thing that I really need to consider is your singing voice. And now I'm not saying that you gotta be like Jason Derulo or Chris Brown or whatever. You gotta find your own singing voice. Everyone has one. Even when you talk, even it sounds like you're just talking, you're actually hitting some notes. You gotta find that singing voice and put it into singing. Also, another thing that you gotta look for is the key that you feel more comfortable in, that it's not gonna make you struggle to hit the note. Third of all, and it's very important to our tutorial today, is to understand that every voice and every vocal is different. If you copy the things that I'll show you today, it might not work with your voice. It's not gonna sound the same, as every voice is like a different instrument. That's the way you have to think about it. There are certain general rules that it will apply for everyone, but there are certain things that won't go with your voice. So don't feel frustrated. The only thing that you have to do is to practice, to keep going for it, and obviously in the end you're gonna find the best mix for the voice that you're trying to mix. Now that we have everything out of the way, let's jump in FL Studio and show you exactly what I did. Right guys, so before we jump in this tutorial, I forgot to mention another thing that you need in terms of your equipment is a decent pair of headphones or some studio monitors. I have some Yamaha HS5 as studio monitors, and these are some AKGs K271 Mach 2. Now, I don't mix on the headphones particularly myself because I don't like it that much. I use my monitors if I want to mix. For a rough mix, you can use headphones. It's highly recommended to use monitors. The reason for that is simply because they have a very natural sound and balanced sound. You don't get too much low end on it. So then again, if you boost your low end of the melody, it's not gonna sound distorted in the car or on your headphones. You gotta take that into consideration. I know they are very expensive, or some of them they are cheaper. Try to always look for the best quality in the budget that you have. Don't go spend money on very cheap stuff, because that's what you're gonna get, very cheap audio quality, and then your mix is gonna be bad and your vocal mixing is gonna be bad. But now let's get back into the tutorial. For this tutorial I chose that I did in the last video, and it goes like this.
Clothes on the floor, you in the bed, not with me, with him instead. I grab the gun, he by the bed, back of the bar, he's all in my head, yeah. I'm losing my mind, hand of the shot, closing my eyes, yeah. In my cup like a drug, stop, wasting my love.
Alright, you get the point. What I did first of all, I had like 15 takes or maybe more, as you can see here. So let's listen without the instrumental and see.
Clothes on the floor, you in the bed, not with me, with him instead. I grab the gun, he by the bed, back of the bar, he's all in my head, yeah. I'm losing my mind, end of the shot, closing my eyes, yeah. In my cup like a drug, stop, wasting my love.
I'm gonna go and deactivate all the effects that I have on the voice. Let's hear it raw.
Clothes on the floor, you in the bed, not with me, with him instead. I grab the gun, he by the bed, back of the bar, he's all in my head, yeah.
As you can hear, it's very dry, which is not that bad. I mean, it sounds quite good. You don't have any background noises or whatever. First thing that you do after you chose what you want to keep as in recording, you go and you have to put an EQ on it. this is the settings for my EQ. I chose the vocal preset, and I just tweaked it a bit to my voice. Again, every voice is going to be different. What you want to mainly do is to get rid of the low end that you don't need, but you don't have to make it to take too much of a low end, because then it's going to sound like radio style. So I'm going to show you now.
Clothes on the floor, you in the bed, not with me, with him instead. I grabbed the gun, he by the bed, back at the bar, he's all in my head, yeah.
And that was with, if you look at the graphic here,
Clothes on the floor, you in the bed, no.
I only chose to cut some of the frequencies here. I don't want to go too much, as I told you before, because you don't want to sound like a radio. You don't want this.
Clothes on the floor, you in the bed, not with me, with him instead. I grabbed the gun, he by the bed, back at the bar, he's all in my head.
Yeah, that's what you want to do. If you don't have this, and you only have stock plugin, you can do the same thing. It is exactly the same. It just looks different. You go up here and you want to go for a high pass. Now that you have this, you just play the vocals and you cut as much as you want and you need. I think I cut somewhere around 140, but we'll see.
Clothes on the floor, you in the bed, not with me, with him instead. I grabbed the gun, he by the bed, back at the bar, he's all in my head, yeah.
You see, now it sound like a radio, so I went too much. Now what you can do is to go like 2 or 1 dot, because you don't want to be a sudden, so to cut suddenly, you wanted to give a bit of low end.
Clothes on the floor, you in the bed, not with me, with him instead. I grabbed the gun, he by.
Then you want to boost a bit of the high, and then you just look for the frequencies that you like and try to boost them a bit.
Clothes on the floor, you in the bed, not with me, with him instead. I grabbed the gun, he by the bed, back at the bar, he's all in my head, yeah. I'm losing my mind, end of the shot.
Another thing that you can do, I haven't done it because I didn't spend that much time on mixing. You can put another EQ in here and you can do frequency sweeper. So what you want to do is to cut, and then you select all the other frequencies. You scroll down until you get, you can see here that, or you can do this, and then you just boost it up as high as you can, and then listen for the frequencies that you don't
Clothes on
like.
the floor, you in the bed, not with me, with him instead. I grabbed the gun, he by the bed, back at the bar, he's all in my head.
So I don't like that frequency, and what I'll do, I'll lower it down, so I'll get rid of it.
Clothes on the floor, you in the bed, not with me, with him instead. I grabbed the gun, he by the bed, back at the bar, he's all in my head, yeah. I'm losing my mind, end of the shot, closing my eyes, yeah. In my cup like a drug, stop, wasting.
I'm gonna deactivate this. After I did the EQ, I had to put some compression because I lost a lot of the power in the voice, and without compression sounded like this.
Clothes on the floor, you in the bed, not with.
And when you add compression,
Clothes on the floor, you in the bed, not with me, with him instead.
what compression basically does, it, as you can see here, some of the vocals are a bit louder than others. Compression will take that and make it all equal. I usually go for the light preset. After the compression, I put the beat back on so I can hear how much compression I want and how loud I want it to be.
Clothes on the floor, you in the bed, not with me, with him instead. I grabbed the gun, he by the bed.
After that, I wanted to basically emulate the way that rappers are singing nowadays, or trappers, or whatever you want to call them. And especially I wanted to make it like a Juice WRLD track. I put some picture on it, and don't forget to make sure that you are setting this right. Find out what key your song is. My one is in G major. All the notes that you see highlighted here, they're gonna be basically attacked by the pitcher. If you, for example, try to sing this note, the pitcher will either put it up or down, and if you don't like the way it sounds, there's a way to change that. And what you can do is to open new tone, and you drag your vocal in new tone.
You in the bed, not with me, go.
And you just zoom in where you want.
Clothes on the floor, you in the bed, not with me, got him instead.
This is a very tricky program to work with, but if you know how to do this, then your vocals will be perfect. So if the notes are in between, you just right click and it's just gonna go up and down where you want. And if you don't like it where it put it, you can always drag it back down.
Clothes on the floor, you on the floor.
So yeah, I'm not gonna spend time in this because it's very long and quite complicated if you don't know how to use it. What I do usually, I'm trying to keep it natural as I can. So I just go around here, which is in between fast and slow.
Clothes on the floor, you in the bed, not with me, with him instead. I grabbed the gun.
As you can see already, my vocals sounds very clean and is very melodic. Now I would say it's done, but to add a bit more to it and to make it shine, you always have to add some reverb or delay, not too much, it depends of the case. I only added a bit of reverb. These are the settings.
I was on the floor, you in the bed, not with me, with him instead. I grabbed the gun, he by the bed, back at the bar, he's all in my head, yeah, I'm losing my mind.
And lastly, I'll add some delay. These are the settings. I put it to ping pong. I cut most of it because I don't want all of it to come back. I put it to 4 and the offset is to the right a bit. So it sounds like this now.
I was on the floor, you in the bed, not with me, with him instead. I grabbed the gun, he by the bed, back at the bar, he's all in my head, yeah, I'm losing.
Again, I don't want the delay to overcome the main vocal and to be too present, so I just turn it down. So that's for the verse. For the chorus, I used the same thing, the same settings. The only difference is that I added a chorus to make it bigger, to give you the impression that there are more people singing it, basically. And yeah, that's about it. So let's give it one more listen.
I know you can hear me. Clothes on the floor, you in the bed, not with me, with him instead. I grabbed the gun, he by the bed, back at the bar, he's all in my head, yeah, I'm losing my mind, hand of the shot, closing my eyes, yeah, in my cup like a drug, stop, wasting my love. I ain't going away now, you catch me out like so slow. Everything is in slow-mo, losing my mind is a feeling that I ever know.
So that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it wasn't that boring, and I hope you're gonna make good mixing from now on. Don't forget to like the video, don't forget to comment down below with what you want to see, subscribe, share. Until next time, don't forget, stay hydrated.
Hey now, you catch me out like so slow. Everything is in slow-mo, losing my mind is a feeling that I ever know. I ain't going away now, you catch me out like so slow. Everything is in slow-mo, losing my mind is a feeling.